Hey there, Sasa. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lydia and I'm happy to have you here. Karibu-san. So today I want to talk about taking the first step. Have you ever wanted to do something for yourself and you prepare yourself, you buy what you need to buy and you get ready in every way, but then you never start? Well, growing up, I heard phrases like a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 mile. The first step is the most important step. And to me, that was cliche until I went through it and I realized that it's real. When you are a student, life is planned out for you. You have time for class, time for break, time for lunch, time for other activities. Everything is planned out for you and you have to follow the school rules. So you never really get a chance to strengthen your muscles of starting something without the push. You go on to work life, career life, and you realize it's the same thing. You have clock in time, clock out time, you have tasks to do, you have deadlines, you have targets and all that. You just have to follow what is laid out by your workplace, lest you get fired. And then you get to the realm of your own life, where you are your own boss. And you realize that as much as you are the only worker in this organization called you're also the boss. And so you set the tasks, you set the timelines, you set the deadlines, and you have the ultimate power to either make that company prosper or kill it completely. And so this happens. Usually there are reasons why we cannot do stuff. And depending where you use them, they could be, excuses or reasons, whatever it is. But we have those things that we have to overcome for us to do what we need to do. And most times they are valid reasons or valid excuses, whichever. And they show up everywhere. So whether you are in school or working or in your own life, if you struggle with fear, it's going to show up in all of them. But then here's the difference. When you are in school and you fear something, but then the rules say you have to do it, you just do it. You do it. If you went through a traumatic experience as a child and it keeps showing up when you are at work, like a bad behavior or something, somehow you find a way to go around that. And you have to show up in your best self because you want to keep this job. So sometimes we get the courage to overcome our fears when it comes to maybe school because you have to get good grades. Or when it comes to work because you have to keep your job and maybe get that promotion. But then when it comes to your own life, the rules change. And this is what we do. So me, Lydia, as the employee, gets my excuse. And then I go to talk to Lydia as a CEO, and Lydia as the CEO listens to my excuse and is like, girl, that makes sense. I totally understand why you didn't do 1, 2, 3 things. And because of that, I'll forgive you and I'll move the deadline to another time. Or could just do away with this altogether. So you keep pushing the goalpost, or you stop doing something completely because of the valid excuses. But at the age of 80, I know that I had the power to overcome this challenge. But I didn't love myself enough to overcome the challenge. I didn't think I was enough for me to look for the energy and the courage. Then you find out that months later, years later, decades, you look back and you're like, oh God, I didn't start. And one day you wake up and you look at your life, you look at the stuff that you didn't do, and you're like, yes, I had valid excuses. The reasons made sense. This happened to me and it brought this kind of feeling that was a limiting factor to face this challenge head on and overcome it. I didn't value myself enough. Somebody said, the pain that comes from regret is worse than the pain that comes from failure. And at that point, you realize that you're having a pain you didn't have to have. So my dears, I know it can be difficult, but just start. And trust me, the first time will not be perfect. The second and the third and the fourth, and as you keep doing it, you just keep getting better and better and better and better. Before you know it, in a few months, in a year, in 2 years, in 10 years, you are doing very well. Bottom line, just start. Do we have valid excuses? Yes, your excuses are valid, but they can be conquered. So your best self is in the other side of your valid excuses. Think about it. Let's meet in our next video where we're going to unpack some of the excuses that we are having in our lives that are preventing us from living our best lives. Till then, kwaherini.